Hello. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. I don't know when you're watching this or when you're listening it. Probably there's not gonna be a video with this audio, so this audio is gonna be a podcast. So thank you for being here. Well, it's been like 2 years since I posted my last video, which is it's how it's like to be a Hikikomori in Brazil. Many things happened, and I would like to share an update, and also I would like to share what changed, and how am I feeling right now. And I think the proper way to put is I'm gonna give this video a title, and this title is gonna be why I am proud to be Hikikomori, or better putting is how I got proud of myself during this process, and how this feeling of self-accepting is so powerful, and it's able to heal many open wounds that we have during our lifetime. So I would like you to follow me during this explanation. I'm recording this without a script, so I'm gonna stutter a little. As you may notice, English is not my main language, my mother language, so I'm gonna stutter a little if that's alright for you. But yeah, let's begin. So I think I recorded that video around 2021 or 2022, and I told you that the way that I made money to do my basic stuff, I don't know, eat out or buy things I want, it was I sold books online. So I had a used book store that I set up online, and people could buy books from me, and I would deliver them by mail. So I I I had a lot of books, like around 4,000 of them, and people used to buy a lot of my books during the pandemics, specifically because I don't know, maybe people were really bored by that time, and they wanted to find new hobbies, and I think reading became very expressing as a hobby for most people during the pandemic. So I decided to buy books, and that's how I survived for during those few years. But around mid 2022, I had a breakdown. I had a meltdown, and nothing made sense anymore. I was away from college because of the pandemics. I decided to stop studying. I stopped taking class online because online classes didn't make any sense to me, because I think the most essential part for education, in my opinion, is to have good access to the teacher and to our classmates. Um, so this physical aspect of going to college really mattered to me. So uh, I stopped studying. I stopped going after my bachelor's degree, and I had a meltdown that I based my whole personality around selling books online. And I got a little bit famous in Brazil, in TikTok specifically, that my bedroom, looked like a little library. All my walls were filled with books, uh, up to the ceiling, um, down to the ground. There were only books on my walls, and that was a very interesting thing to look for when you watch something online. Like, oh, look at this dude's room. He has like plenty of books and he's selling them. So I became like micro celebrity, because I had this huge collection of books, um, in my bedroom. So, and also the way I advertised my books were by telling that I was saving money so I could get a master's degree in Europe. So I would save some money by selling books, and by buying my book, the person would tremendously help me achieve my dreams, to study in Europe. But I wasn't going to college, I wasn't watching classes online. So, what I was basically doing to people, I was actually lying to them. I was lying to them because I wasn't going to college. And if I don't finish college, I wouldn't be able to pursue a master's degree. So, yeah, that made me feel terrible. And this whole construction of my personality around selling books during the pandemics crashed down on me. The other fact that it's important to point out is that, um, my room, my bedroom, the place where I sleep became unbearable to live in because I had so many books all around me that the the room that I was in became really claustrophobic. It was not very inviting for me to sleep in, and it's really weird where when you work at the place where you sleep, because you can differentiate the place, the your rest time from your work time. So that made me feel really weird about myself. And during the pandemics, I we couldn't go anywhere. Everything was shutting down because people couldn't go out and all that. So I stay at my bedroom for most of my time, and that was something that I think that, um, how can I say, I think I got mentally worse by staying at my house, surrounded by books all the time. It was really stressful. So yeah, I had a burnout, a burnout, and nothing made sense anymore. I was like lost. So I decided to sell all my books, um, to use a bookstore, for like a small amount. I mean, not a small amount, but a reasonable amount. So I could have like some saved money for like the future, uh, and and I could survive by, I don't know, a few months without doing anything actually. And yeah, so I sold all of my books, all of my 4,000 books. I sold them all of a sudden, all in like once. How can I say? I sold them for one vendor, and that was it. I had no more books in my room, and that feeling of seeing my room without books, I thought I would give me some place to breathe. I thought that the seeing my room without these shelves would give me some place to have better ideas. But no, it gave me a sense of emptiness so huge that the only thing I could do was stay in my bed the whole day and not leaving, not even for showering, and things got really bad. And I went to therapy. I went to a therapy that my mom recommended to me, that she was from church, but she was a terrible therapist. I couldn't find any solution. I know that therapists don't give you solutions, they give you baths. But things were not working out with this therapist that my mom found in church. And out of options, I decided to search for therapists on my own, without knowing if they are going to be any good at all. But I did anyway. And I found a young therapist. I think she's around 35 to 40 years old. I mean 30 to 35, I don't know. She was great. She helped me a lot to identify what was wrong with me in the first place. So now that's the part of video where I talk about self-accepting and how this is important. So I talked about my college a little in the beginning of this audio. And what really struck down, the main thing that was affecting me, is that I was not proud of the path I was following, because I entered my university mainly to pursue a philosophy bachelor. So since high school, I was really into philosophy, and the only clear path for me was joining the a philosophy graduation, and I did that. I didn't go to university right away. I waited for a couple of years due to a lot of insecurity. But when I did, I entered because I wanted to graduate in philosophy. But like during the first few years, I had a lot of trouble adapting to university and the people in it. And I was feeling like, okay, so when I finish college, what am I gonna do with a bachelor's degree in philosophy? What job could I apply for? How would I be able to make ends meet with this degree? And I realized that it would be extremely hard to do that. And I was in such a desperation of finding a path for myself during my graduation that I decided to switch my course inside the university for economics. I decided to apply for an economics degree. Uh, and I studied that for like one semester, and my depression got worse, actually. Um, and I was like, bro, what the hell? I I got I got even lower grades because back when I was in philosophy, I had good to reasonable grades, you know. Um, I enjoyed myself in the process, but what I was not enjoying was accepting that philosophy was the right path for me, and accepting that what really made me happy was studying philosophy. And yeah, I was not accepting that one of my dreams since I was in high school was to become a professor or a teacher. And I've been teaching English and French for the past few years, but I was never sure if that was the right thing for me, you know. I taught French and English mainly because I thought that I was really good at it, and it didn't feel like work. It felt like a normal thing. And I was always expecting, like, okay, when I'm going to feel like this is a job, because I wasn't feeling it. And yeah, work was like, okay, I make a little bit of money, but I don't see a lot of progress in what I'm doing. I don't know how I get more money by doing what I'm doing, you know? It's not something that it's something that I kind of like to do, but it doesn't feel like a job. So all these thoughts like came up to me like, okay, look, this path that you taught in high school, that you want to be a teacher, you want to be a professor, you want to have a master's degree, you want to have a PhD in the future. All these thoughts made me a loser, and I believed in that I was fooling myself by following what I wanted since high school. And by believing that I was a fool, I betrayed myself. I lied to myself and said, look, this is no future to me. I will follow the common path, I will study economics, and I will have a stable job in some bank or a prestigious bank in my country. That's how I'm gonna make money, and that's how I'm gonna succeed in life. But this thought that I was having of, you know, your personality, what you want in life, will make you a loser. Your passions, what you aspire for, this is what makes you weak. This was the main thing that caused my depression in the first place. I wasn't accepting who I truly was. And that was what I mainly learned about during therapy. Therapy made me realize that I should be proud of who I am, that I should not betray who I am to prove to be something that I prove something to someone, prove that I can make money, prove that I'm doing this because I want to be successful. But I ask, what is success in the first place? And then I always felt ashamed of myself because I was always looking at myself with the sense of pity. Look, you are too old to go to college, or look, you wasted these few years going to college and studying philosophy. All these compulsive and negative thoughts were so uh, um, rooted in my mind that I couldn't stop thinking about it. And when I realized that those thoughts were not real, those thoughts were not part of who I am as a person, those thoughts don't represent my values, then I started truly healing. I started to realize, wait a minute, I truly find enjoyment in reading philosophy books. I truly find enjoyment in going to philosophy lectures. I enjoy, thinking about complex and logical problems. That's who I am. And I can't fool myself anymore by saying that this way of living will make me a loser. This way of living, accepting who I am, will heal me, and it will make me happy in the process. So I decided to accept who I am, accept that, sometimes I'm not a very sociable person. I don't like crowded places. I don't like noises. Loud noises really irritate me. I don't like go. I don't like to go partying. I don't like to drink. I don't do drugs. And that's okay. That's awesome. That's who I am. And I enjoy being at my living room. I enjoy reading books. I enjoy my own company. And I started being proud of who I am in this process of self-accepting myself. I became someone that can say that I'm proud of who I am right now. And I'm proud of what I've been becoming. And thanks to therapy, I really urge you, if you're not in therapy yet, I know that therapy can be expensive sometimes, but if you have the condition to do therapy, I truly recommend it. It helped me a lot. And you may ask me, what am I doing right now? And I'm gonna tell you. Well, I've been teaching English for the past 6 months, and I've been loving it. My students really enjoy my presence, and they enjoy and they learn, and I can feel that. And this makes me really proud, and I'm really proud of my students. I also been working for like my university, I receive a scholarship in return. So I have some money that I receive from my university because I helped them with some paperwork. I also am studying coding. Sorry for that. I'm studying cybersecurity in another university, so I'm doing two courses at the same time. And life has been great. Life has been good, you know. I mean great is like a strong word. Um but life has been good. I I think that I'm happy. And you know, I I didn't conclude. I got back to philosophy. I got back to my philosophy degree, and I'm I'm in the third year of college, so I will graduate next year, which makes me truly happy. I will continue studying after that. I truly want to get a master's degree, maybe in Europe, maybe here in Brazil. I don't know yet. And the last thing I did is that I started selling books again. Of course, I don't have as many books as I had in 2022. I have around 1,000 books, and yeah, they've been selling. Not as much as in 2022, but they've been selling, and that's how I make money. So I've been teaching, that makes me some money. I've been selling books, and that makes me some money. And I receive a scholarship, and that gives me some money. So yeah, not enough money to, live by myself, but enough money to have some freedom, and freedom to buy things that I want, and freedom to go after things that I want. Yeah, that's it. Uh, we've been together for around 30 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this audio, and the main thing that I wanted to say in this video is how self-accepting, the process of self-accepting, is important. I know that it's truly hard, it's not gonna be easy in the beginning, but is what makes me proud of who I am, and what makes me go and live a fulfilling life. And yeah, that's it. I had a lot of achievements in the last year that I want to share with you in my next videos. And I hope that with these videos you can find some peace in yourself. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. This video was very interesting. I'm not very used to record myself, but I did it anyway. So thank you again for watching. Love and peace to you, and goodbye. See you around.